Okay. Woo, man. Click. And then it's like time lapse and then it doesn't go on right away and it kind of freaks me out. So, welcome everybody. My name is Mary Jane Tracy, psychic medium, spiritual love of life coach, coming to you with the cosmic highway and the cray of what's coming up this week. We are heading into some little bit of transitioning week, I think. And this transitioning week is really bringing in new transformations for us. I think new ways of looking at especially relationships, because the moon is going to be in Virgo, or not, was going to be in Virgo. It's going into Virgo. So we have void, of course, and then the moon will enter Virgo at 7:06 Eastern Standard Time. And then we have the new moon tomorrow at 8:52 Eastern Standard Time, PM. So we have the new moon energy coming in. Then the moon doesn't seem to stay there for very long. And then it later on Tuesday, it goes into Libra. So the energy for moon energy is that we're going to be working with a Virgo, Libra, and then next weekend, we're going to be working with the Virgo energies and Venus going into Virgo as of the 10th. So on Friday, which might make it a little bit crazy because of that. So this is all, looking at your routine, getting into a routine. That's what this new moon is. It's sort of like looking at, okay, what needs to be done? What do we need to really sort of focus on and put together? And what isn't fitting in this? What isn't fitting in this, And when I worked, and I mentioned this before, when I worked at Community Natural Foods, most of the girls that I worked with were Virgo. Now they would set up, and when they had to redo an aisle, they had a plan and everybody had a place and what they were doing and what area they were going to take under. And everything just started, they had everything so it would flow, and made sure that they had everything that they needed. If they didn't need it, then they'd have to, renegotiate or do something about that. So this is where, with the energies, is looking at, what do you have to work at? What is it, the things that you need to work on? And what areas do you need to let go of because they just don't fit in? They just don't fit in. And especially as we're going to be going in, because this is a lot to do with relationships, your relationships with self and your relationships with others on all levels, not just personal, sexual levels, but this is on all levels of relationships that you have in your life, from a boss to a coworker, to an aunt, to an uncle, to a cousin, to a sister, to a mother, to a brother, to your husband, to your wife, to your siblings, or significant other. This is where this energy is going to be coming in, and it's taking a look at how it all fits in. How is this fitting into my daily routine? How is this fitting into my health? Is this healthy? Is this something that is going to help me along my way? Or is this hindering me from growth? And when we start looking at the energies and our own energies, we start to look at, how is everything coming together for us? And if something's not fitting on the shelf right, so if you're trying to line up everything and you say, okay, I know that only 15 items can fit up on this shelf, but then you get the one item you want on that shelf is a little bit bigger or just doesn't fit. What has to be reorganized? Because there might be something within your life just doesn't fit, or it just can't go up on that shelf, or something else has to move in order to bring that up onto that shelf, to bring it up into that area of my life. And it's very important to really look at those parts of your life, because we are going through these 3 moon phases this week, plus the new moon, and Rosh Rosh Hashanah begins at sundown. I'm just reading from my little book, so I didn't know that on Monday. So we got some religious holidays coming in. So this is looking at our internal look. Now, I was on Instagram earlier this morning and talking about how I was feeling. Like it's another analogy of how I am feeling. I was feeling last night. It's like the Road Runner. So those who've watched the Road Runner, or Fred Flintstone, he's starting his car and he gets his feet going and his feet are going before the car actually goes. Or the Road Runner just jumps up in the air and he goes, and then he takes off. That's where the energy is. It's very, I got to get going, but I don't know when I'm going to get going. So a lot of anxiousness that's happening there. And this anxiousness is wanting to bring us into a direction of clarity to make sure that is the direction that you are wanting to go with. And how that looks for you. Now, what I'm doing right now, I'm just putting all the signs together because I want to go through each of the signs and talk about this week. So that's what I want to do. So that's what I'm doing right now. Just writing it out. I'm putting you all into fire, earth, air, and water. And looking at each of those areas. Pisces. Okay. So because we start off with Aries. And I want to look at each of these areas in our and I'm going to draw a card on what the energies are for you this week. So we're going to start off with Aries. We're going to start off with the fire energies. So we're going to go through Aries, Leo, and Sag. And when we have fire and we have earth energy to start off the week, and then we go into whole cardinal air, and then we get into Scorpio, which is fixed. For Aries and Scorpios, pretty much because we have our old ruler is your ruler, Mars. So we have a similarity. We have this god of war that is a part of us. And we want to take action. And for Scorpios, it's about the boundaries. For Aries, it's about a set in motion. Let's get going. How is this going to affect, it's not like how is this going to affect you? This week is going to have you really look into deeply on how things are affecting your daily routine. How do they fit into your daily routine? And what are those relationships? And this is where I feel for a lot of Aries, you're going to have to really watch your temperament this week, because Mars is in Virgo. And he's going to be there for a little bit. He's going to be there for a bit. He's going to be there till next Tuesday. So Mars is going to be in Virgo till he hits Libra next Tuesday. So when he goes into Libra next Tuesday, it's really, and the moon's going to be in Sagittarius, moving towards that Pisces, moving towards that Capricorn energy. I think this is a week that you really have to deeply look inside on your connections and your forward motion. And the energy is the Nine of Shells. So the Nine of Shells, the Nine of Cups, is the wishful cup. It is that wishing card. It is that motion that you want to go into. And are you stepping towards your fulfillment in your life? Are you stepping towards the things that you truly want? And I feel like with this Nine of Shells, and it's reversed, is that there's something there that's blocking you from moving forward, or there's a fear or a relationship or something that you are stopping from moving forward. And this is where you really have to get some insight and look at what doesn't fit and what does fit for you, because there seems to be a little bit of a blockage when it comes to wanting to go into the direction that you truly desire. Or maybe you're just getting fed up. That's definitely it. You could be getting really fed up with things. So take a look at that this week. And as we go through this week and the new moon, great day to really look at what you want to release for the week, and looking at your wishes, looking at your desires, looking at what you are wanting to plant and bring to fruition. Are you tired of your routine? Are you tired of things in your life at this time? Why are you tired of them? What do you want to change? So there's a lot of questions that are coming in for you guys. So really start taking a look at that. As we move on to Leo. So Leo, I mean, we've had this beautiful, playful weekend energy, with everything. And, with that moon, and it's like almost your last hurrah before the new moon hits. And that's the end of that Lion's Gate. That's the end of that energy of here we are. We're making this beautiful energy. We want to have play. Now it's time to go down to business. Now it's time to really head back to school, back into, making sure everything is together, making sure, and I keep on seeing, making sure that you have enough of things. So this is like really looking at your supply lists and how you are wanting to continue growth within your own self. So this is a growth week for you. And we got the shadow card. So with the shadow card, which is the 15th, it's coming in. What are you rebuilding? What do you need to build? Because the shadow card in this deck is it comes right before the Tower card, and this is where it's very much the Hermit card, or the going in within. It is the subconscious card. Everyone has a shadow self. So this is where, you've had all of this great time, but now it's back to the grind. But you got to start looking into a lot of your shadow self, and by accepting all sides of yourself, including the anger and the fear. So Leos, you're going to have that this week is really going to have where you have to look at your desires, your temptations, and your indulgence. What are you overindulging in? Maybe maybe you've been overindulging with this energy and just like, going along. Now it's really time to come back into alignment and get things done. And especially with that Libra energy, I mean, that is cardinal energy. That is saying, okay, come on, we're going in this direction. We're doing this. This is what's going to bring in the balance. This is what's going to bring in that divine action for yourself. So it's really time to take a look, especially with this new moon, and looking at those shadow parts of yourself and releasing what needs to be released. Sagittarius, little playfulness. That's what I got. Wanting to play, wanting to continue play, get out there, get things done. But I got something to do with hiding. Like it's like almost like a hide and seek kind of game. So with the Sagittarius, there's a hide and seek kind of game. So it's like, a little kid that's hiding, but they're giggling as they're hiding. So you're hiding from something, but you're playing a game. And as you're playing this game, who's ever seeking you, you think it's fun, but who's ever seeking you, or there's something that's seeking you, it's like you want to have this childlike wonder to make sure that it isn't as scary as what it actually is. So this is where I'm building my seed supply for next year, food stock. That's funny. This is where I feel like there's something that's seeking you. You're hiding. You may not know it's as serious as what it is. So you're kind of, Nine of Crystals. So the Nine of Wands reversed, it has to do with your security. Are you feeling as secure as what you want to feel? There is, maybe there isn't, because that's the Black Widow. Is your foundation, or are you feeling that your foundation isn't as secure? And maybe you're being impatient, or there's disappointment or recklessness that's there. This is when you feel as though you are tangled and wearisome in situations. And maybe it's an avoidance because of that childlike little voice that keeps coming in. And now you do have the South Node there. Juno has gone forward. So Juno's there, bringing Juno in. Juno's a beautiful goddess. We forget about her divine feminine and her devotion. And she is the queen of the goddesses. So bringing that energy in and that devotion and realigning yourself with your true heart's desire is going to be an important part for you this week, Sagittarius. And looking at that alignment. Let's go on to the earth energies. We're going to start off with Taurus. Taurus. Well, as we go into this week and you have Uranus in your sign, it's going to make an opposition to the moon, which happens once a month. But with Venus moving in there, and then you're going to have Mars moving in there, this is going to be because this is an opposition, and the same with the Scorpios. I mean, Scorpios, you guys are going to go through a little bit of a bumpity bump over the next couple months. Yay, I'm a Scorpio. It's this opposition, the opposition of finding that truth and that desire of you, finding that truth of your relationships. And sometimes that hesitation that's there is having you that you really have to buckle down and start looking for it. Start really going with the flow. And I feel also with Tauruses too, you really got to watch your mineral intake because of that Uranus energy is very crazy. So this is where it's coming in, and it's an awakening, but the awakening was reversed. It's a beautiful peacock, but that awakening seems to be reversed for you. And that awakening, that is all about that renewal. It is that judgment card, that you're coming out of the coffins. You're coming out to enlighten, but there's an indecision or lacking of faith. And I feel like you're waiting too long. So there's a procrastination in what you want to do. And that Uranus there, and it's at about 10 degrees, is really causing a hesitation with where in the direction of where you want to go. Because you're looking over and you're, with that square to Saturn that you are going through this year, it's wanting to create and maybe wanting to stick with the old, because I know Tauruses don't like to change too much. But this is like, no, you got to head in these new directions and stop procrastinating and trusting God that he's leading you along the way. This is a peacock. The peacock is a very powerful energy, and there is that angelic energy when it comes to the peacock, and also a godlike energy when it comes with the peacock. So it's stepping into this energy of your divine wisdom. And take heed of it this week, because you have that Libra moon coming in. Not only you got the new moon coming in, but you got the Libra energy, and you also have the energy of Scorpio that's coming in for you by the weekend. So this is looking at the boundaries that you need to be looking at, and the directions that you need to be taking. So there you go. As we move to Virgo. Wow, this is shining a light. Here we go. It's a beautiful, of course, there's this beautiful energy with the Virgo. We have the new moon, we have the sun in there. This is all about looking at directions, looking at the places that you want to go. You have this energy of Venus sextiling Mars in your sign, and this is, how are you enlightening? How are you allowing yourself to stand in that power and that glory of you, as we are bringing in the harvest and the harvesting energy? So this is all these cards. this is looking at, there's change and possibility, but you're going there. But are you on this float and stopping the change and possibilities that are coming forward? Because there is the change and there's the possibilities that are coming, but is there a stopping of it? So what are the setbacks or wrong decisions that you've made? And maybe this could bring in some difficulties when it comes to the relationships around you. Maybe there's some upheaval when it comes to the different relationships that are around you. And you are, it is that octopus, and maybe you have your tentacles out in too many places, and you got to come back in. You got to come back in and regroup with your decisions and the directions that you want to go into, and that not spread yourself out so thinly. So, because I love the octopus. The octopus is a beautiful totem too, because it is about, the directions and all the options. But I think maybe you get too overwhelmed with all of that, and this is like really coming in, and where you really need to start to look at and the responsibilities you'll need to adapt. Things will eventually turn in your favor, definitely, but looking at what are the setbacks that you have, and make required changes that you need to make in your life at this time, Virgo. And especially as we move from, because you gave the Virgos, like in mythology, gave the balance, the scales to Libra, and said, I have enough on my plate. Now it's time for you to balance it out. So this is a week of where you need to balance things out, and looking at how you're going to balance things out. Capricorn. It's been slow and steady, but I think Capricorns are coming in where they, especially with Pluto, will be slowing down and going direct at the beginning of October. And with Pluto going direct is really going to get you to take a look more deeply at the people that you do have around you. Again, this is all about relationships, and the relationships that are there for you. And it is manifesting. This is where you're going to be looking at the prosperity and the abundance that you're going to go through. See, a panda knows what it likes to eat. A panda's going to eat what it likes to eat, right? And so it eats bamboo. That's what a panda eats. But this is about groundedness, and this is about steadiness, which you are very grounded. You are very steady. You know these things. So this is about slow and steady wins the race. And when we come into the Ace of Crystals, it is about crossing your T's and dotting your I's. It's about what is new. What are those new ideas and contracts that are coming forth for you in order for you to go forward? And this is a gift of manifestation and good fortune. This is coming into the centeredness and the calmness this week, and especially with this new moon, that can actually help you to break through anything that has been holding you back. This is allowing for your highest potential to be nurtured with patience, and know that you are ready and possess the skills and the talents that you need to go forward. So this is about manifestation, and this is about stability this week. And the stability comes in with the relationships that you have, and the connections that you have going forward, and then making sure that you have the proper boundaries put up as we move into the weekend. So it is a good week for you. This is bringing in, with that it's about the vitality and the fulfillment that you want to bring into your life, and going forward with that. Air signs. We start off with Gemini. Geminis. We started off, in Gemini season with so much energy in Gemini. It was just like, go, 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 go. Now it's like, whew. All right. You still have the North Node there. So it's still to really follow the sails in the direction of where you are wanting to head for. I feel like there's clarity. You got the awakening upright. There is clarity there for you. There's definite clarity there for you. And this is a week of Yeah, okay. The moon's going to be in Libra. Yes, the sun is still in Virgo. Virgo shares Mercury with you. And Mercury is slowing down though. So Mercury's slowing down. So this is a time for you to really reset your dials, reset everything, recalibrate the things that you are wanting to do, Gemini. So this is like a really nice breath coming in, coming into more of a balance. That Libra moon is really going to help you to balance things out. And then it's really going to help you to head in towards the directions that feel, yeah, this is what we need to do. This is how we're going to set our course. And as you are setting the course, as you are setting and taking heed of everything, this is really allowing for things to come towards you in a more harmonious and loving way. So it's a good week for you, my lovely little Geminis. So allow yourself to um, go with this flow. I like the flow that and the feeling of the flow for you this week. As we move on to lovely little Libras. Libras. Okay, so this week, this is weeks before your birthday and your birthday month and the new solar year. But Mercury is spending his first and Venus her last weekend in Libra. So this is about the heart and the mind for you, and to the mind to be on the same page. So looking to the future, this is about giving you a jump on your solar new year. And this is also allowing for the planets that rule the heart and the mind to take a divine or divine and a divide and conquer kind of approach, with Venus free to make her final days, all about getting a sense of what you want in the future. So while Mercury will stay on to help you and work towards this. And with Venus and Mercury in Libra, you are already looking to the future, but as as the month long and wind down towards your solar year, and that begins solar year only began 2 weeks ago, the focus is still on the past. Now, even more so over the next few weeks. So as the moon joins the sun and Mars in a very nostalgic part and reflection, especially with this new moon. And with Mars now just, 9 days away from returning to Libra, the job of closing doors and completing your current solar cycle is timing. So this is about serious business. This is about looking at things to revival, rebirth, resurrecting your dreams. So Libras, this is really a beautiful, powerful month for you, powerful week of you looking at loose ends that you need to tie up. And especially with the moon coming into Libra is really going to help you to give you that boost. So we have doors ending. So the world. So you're ending a cycle. You're coming to an end of a cycle, definitely, because we're coming into your solar year. So we're coming to the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new. So this is a time to tie up any loose ends so that you are able to head into your birthday year with positivity and confidence for you. So there you go. Aquarius. My Aquarians. Aquarius. Okay. Again, if you ever had time to embrace the weekend spirit, this is it. And because Mercury's spending the first and Venus the last, Mars just 10 days away from coming in to visit, come from his first visit in nearly 2 years. There's a passion for adventure. So this is a passion for adventure and things to another level. So taking things and energy to another level. Venus is fueling the desires that will leave you with a bucket list, leave you with what you are wanting to do. And we also have where with the relationship sector with the moon, and there's a clash with Jupiter in retrograde in your sign, and something that it will do for the next 4 weeks, the next 4 weeks, until the planet of luck and expansion leaves in December. So the difference is that this time is the next 2 weeks after the sun not only is going to leave this area of this relationship, but there's an activity, an activity of relationships front. So this is a timely reminder that when it comes to a balance between your personal and relationship needs. So, and it helps that the moon is in a nice area of your chart. So look at what you need to do to pursue your happiness. And what if we allowed it to catch us instead? So this is a week that if you've been chasing a dream, maybe it's time to stop and let, or even better ones, seek you out. So this is really about allowing yourself to settle down, and just sometimes we are so far ahead of ourselves that we're way ahead, but we got to allow things to catch up for us. So this is the change is I feel is necessary for freedom, but to allow something better to enter our lives for our soul evolution. And for you, Aquarius, yet we usually to everything within our power to delay it or prevent it. So why are you preventing this newness to come in? And I feel like on the day of the new moon, this new moon makes yet another, it's going to be making a trine to Uranus, your ruler, which is, of course, the moon's ruling house, because it's in your fourth. What is changing and is evolving into something more sustaining. So have no doubt, don't have any doubt about it. So there is this change that's coming in, but you got to allow it to come together for you. And with that, it's the 7 of acorns. So the 7 of fire. So it's about passion. What is that passion that's coming in for you? And are you stopping that passion? Are you tired? Are you overwhelmed with everything that you're just going, but you haven't stopped? It's like you're afraid to stop, to allow things to catch up to you. And whatever needs to go away needs to go away. So do not allow discouragement to cast a shadow upon you, and be patient and trust your inner voice, especially this week. So there you go, Aquarius. As we move into the water signs, so now we're going into Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So we will begin with lovely Cancer and the Cancer energies. Wow. My little crabs. So we got Mercury spends his first, again, in that heart and mind area. So, but Venus is ready to tackle any work-life balance issues. Mercury has formed a friendly aspect to Saturn in your financial sector. So that's good. So, but with Venus forming the same friendly aspects to lucky Jupiter next week as well. So this is putting a focus on things close to home. And this is where it has to do with financial matters. So a lot to do with financial matters are going to come up this week. And Scorpio rules the 8th house. So the 8th house has to do with taxes, joint finances. Also, it rules banks, right? And different government institutions. So with Scorpio also rules things to do with taboo. And I find that this is, with this new moon, for you, Cancer, is all about a new beginning when it comes to friendships, relationships, and building the doors and opening to the past and second chances. So this is also going to be the start of some stunning few days across communications and friendships and relationships for you. There is also where the choice that you make could determine new long-term destiny cycle. So no pressure. So your superpower now, aligning your goals with those of someone else. So this is almost where you need that extra oomph from somebody to keep you going, to keep you moving in the direction that you would like to be heading for. So clear the air this week, and if you have something to say, now is the time to say it. Or if you're planning, or if there's a project, you get ready to launch. So how you communicate, getting around contracts, agreements, writing, internet, it's all about that. That new moon is in your new moon in your third this week, so in your third house. So this is looking at things to do with communications and things like that. So we also have to do with your career and your relationships and home matters. So take a look at those areas of your life. Moving matters may begin slow, but if you are looking at anything, and I got something to do with cancers, if you're looking at buying or selling something, so things might move a little bit slow for you. Okay, the cards are going crazy. Strength. Know that you have the strength and determination. It's the Elephant card. But even though it's reversed, you have that strength. So slow and steady. Allow yourself to pace yourself this week, Cancer. Allow yourself to go into that slow and steady pace with the beautiful elephant. I'll turn them this way. And I love elephants. So this is about self, if there is self-doubt, because the thing is that you're your worst critic, my Cancers. So reconnect to your core and strength by drawing on your willpower and count on your current blessings. And don't let your self-doubt overwhelm you. Don't let your self-doubt overwhelm you. There you go. You're welcome. You're welcome. Scorpio! Scorpio's in the house. Here we go. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. Here we go. Anybody? Any Scorpios out there? So, Scorpios, weekend or not, away from the noise of the working week, this is usually a good time for the moon to make its monthly visit to your career sector. So this not only makes it easier to listen to your professional instincts and imagination, but by standing back, it is easier to put things into perspective. And even without the moon joining the sun and Mars in your friendship sector to create tomorrow's new moon, this was always going to be the start of a stunning few days for personal and professional networking, friends, relationships building. Mars returns just as the sun is reaching out to the planets on relationship. Mars to the planet of communication front. What the moon does is going to amplify these connections for you. So this is an opportunity for new beginnings. It is also going to be to access the doors open to the past. So not all weeks require that you have a plan or a purpose, but there's something to do with a soul growth, means letting go, drifting where your thoughts and imagination or the universe wants to take you. This is the past is a country waiting to be discovered or rediscovered. So your past needs to evolve to stay part of your future. And there's a new beginning in the partnership form. So being open to that. And this is also a time for you for self-care. Now, the new moon is in your 11th, and it's going to trine Uranus retrograde in your partnership sector, which is opposite you. And just before this happens, both your rulers, ancient and modern, make a powerful trine to Mars, and in that alignment to Pluto. And this is all about you and one other person. So this is a past, potential, present, anyone from friends to a lover or a group of people, a boss or an employer. So this is really not a time to just chill, I feel like this is really a discovery for you of week. And it's a week of getting things and getting connections going. So the shaman card comes in. So this is a time for you to really get out there and fly. This is a time for you to get out there and do things and use your spiritual intuition. So this is to demonstrate that you can still remain grounded as you are soaring with the eagle. And this is your spiritual insight. So this is about teaching, learning. This is about advice. This is about deeper meaning and tradition for you this week, and really staying in that deeper meaning and traditions for you. Staying what's true to you for this week. And this is about the courageous collective of spiritual knowledge, bringing in that knowledge for yourself, and holds the ability to the higher teaching. So the eagle, and I love it when I see eagles, because eagles are, they thrive in a realm of spirit. And sometimes when I'm watching it, they seem to just disappear. And they're sharp-sighted and they're significant, and they move gracefully through the skies. It's just, if you've ever even watched an eagle go down and catch something out of the water and its talons, and then off it goes with the fish, it's pretty spectacular. So know that you have that inner sight and guidance, and trust in it this week as you pursue and go forward, especially when it comes to things to do with friends and family and your professional career this week. So take heed on that. As we move towards the Pisces. So what a week we're having, people. Pisces. Well, I feel like it's Mercury has already returned with a smart head for money. So there's something to do with money this week for you. And also with relationship. And I got to put my hair up. So the new moon for this is really, well, definitely relationships, but I got relationships and I got money coming in too. So money's really making some kind of networking, friends, alliance coming in for you. You have Neptune in there. Neptune and Mars made that opposition last week, and they're they've moved on. But this is to look to what supports and sustains the long haul for you. And this weekend favors, anything to do with property dealings, find your place and your path with your people. This is about looking at your connections and what are your connections, and stepping into a fresh cycle for you. So I got bounce coming in. So something that's freshness, bringing in the freshness for you. And this is also important for new partnerships cycle too. So you'll know if something is working or not. So this is including with friends and relationships, anything. So new influential, this is powerful connections can be made for you this week. Whatever your goal or whatever you want this week is a test just to what you can get. And we have a series of a free-flowing trines which touch on income and security. So we got Jupiter trining Venus, Ceres and Mercury, all on the same day. So this is like this beautiful trines that are coming in, and this may be for a raise. This is really bringing in an aspect about money, loans, things along that line. So this is like a beautiful time for a week to be week of thanks with this new moon, and telling you to take 2 babies. That's why I got 2 babies. So partnerships are in focus. So taking this taking. I got you taking things. So be open as to whether this involves a past, present, or potential relationship, or a love or professional double act. So that's where it would take two, baby. So this is really coming in. Have you had an eagle several times cruise around your house? Not around my house per se, not here in Calgary, no. But I've had many times when I've gone out on walks, I see them, or when I go up to Manville, an eagle will cross my path in some way. And that's happened several times, but not per se in Calgary having an eagle sort of circle around. Penticton, we used to see them on the beach all the time. So Pisces. So good week for you, Pisces. Financial, relationships, and the Seven of Crystals comes in. So that's the Seven of Pentacles. That is really making sure that you are, options and results. So bringing in those options and results for you. Fabulous for you this week. For you to be really taking that action forward for yourself and going. Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's great for you, Pisces. And that Seven of crystals is really bringing you towards the results and the directions and the manifestations that you are wanting to come forth. So as you work towards the manifestations, your aspirations, and it remains confident that your efforts will prove reward. So there's great rewards for you this week. So good week for you, Pisces. Whew! Got through all you guys. Really went through that quickly today. This morning. And yeah, take a look at my Instagram live that I did this morning. It was pretty cool. A little bit more insight. I didn't want to cover too much of that on my YouTube this morning, but take a look over on my Instagram and you'll see some of the insights that I had for other things that are coming forward this week. So thank you so much for being a part of my morning and joining me today. And may the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you. Have a blessed one, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.